Okay. Gonna be another short one. Multiple short ones in a row. Okay. Yes. So left off with Coco revealing that Coco called Tsugumi mom. I said stop calling me dad.
ママって呼ぶな。
Don't call me mom. What?
え
Huh? Tsugumi and I glance at each other. Tsugumi, is Coco calling you mom?
あなたの方こそ
Is she
パパっ
calling
て
you
呼ばれてるの？
Is she calling you Papa? Well, she's just doing whatever she wants.
ねえパパ、ママ、なんかして遊ぼう。
Come on, Papa and Mama, let's do something. Coco smiles innocently. Then, Tsugumi and I earnestly plead with Coco not to call us Papa and Mama. Because not only does that make it such that it's like... Because that, like, not only does that make it weird with their with respect to their relationship with Coco each individually, but it also ships them. Incidentally, the reason Coco has decided to call Tsugumi mom is...
ママのいない人はママっぽい人のことをママって呼んでもいいんだよ。
Someone who doesn't have a mom can call someone who's like a mom, mom. Well, I mean... Yeah, I mean, aren't like a lot of cultures it is kind of like that? You have kind of like a woman who's older than you that's unrelated to you, you can still call them auntie. Right? Like, it's like if it's your, like, mom's friend, you just call them auntie. Same thing.
レムリア碑文にそう書いてあるでしょ。
It's written in the Lemurian inscriptions, right? So she says. Of course, Coco has a real mother.
だからパパ、ママ。
Yeah, but she could be like estranged or dead or something. So I'm gonna call you Dada and Mama.
だからママって呼ぶな。
I told you not to call me Mama. I don't know why they have to translate like Papa and Mama, because again, as I said before, those are English borrowed words, right? The native Japanese ones are Chi-Chi and Haha. So just leave the English as English. The conversation continues to go in circles, going absolutely nowhere. My head's starting to hurt. Well, I think we've caught a cold. I'll go take some. I've caught a cold. I'll take some medicine. Well, it's a good meal. I'll leave the rest to you. See ya.
あ、ちょっと。
Hey, wait. I hand Coco over to Tsugumi wave and quickly hightail it out of there. I head to the infirmary. Then, when I enter, Yu's face suddenly contorts and she clutches her chest in pain. Is there a name for clutching your chest? I think there's like a person that's named after the universal sign of chest pain. I forgot the name of the person. The boy's perspective, Yu, what's wrong?
ミツ。
Mizu, which means water. What?
違う。水よ。
Give me
水を
some.
ちょうだい。
Give me some water. Completely unrelated note. I oftentimes have a hard time drinking just water because I have a mind like a child, and it has a difficult time drinking something with no flavor. And yeah, that's very childlike and very first world problems. So it's not like I guess I have to drink something with calories. However, usually stuff that's like not straight water and has a flavor has calories. And like I refuse for some like principle I made up for myself on no basis to drink artificial sweetener stuff. It's just like, it's like not that I think artificial sweeteners like sucralose or whatever are going to be bad for me necessarily. Most things in the world, though, if they kind of seem good, have some like unintended consequence. that you discover eventually. So that kind of suggests to me there must be a consequence to artificial sweeteners, even if I don't know what it is. My oven's going off, but whatever, I'll let it beep in the background. But I just don't like drink it, because to me it's like drinking something that's fake, right? It's like deceiving your body, right? I want it to be like what it tastes like, what it is, right? Because bodies don't expect there to exist something that is sweet and is not sugar. Anyway, so if I drink it and it's sweet, it's going to have calories. But I am like out of juice and stuff and milk. Like some milk, which has a lot of calories, fat calories actually. And I need to go tomorrow, go shopping and buy some more. So like today I'm just drinking water. And desperately to find something to drink that wasn't just straight water and tastes like something. I got some condensed milk out of the cabinet. This is condensed milk that's been sitting around for a while. I think my mom used it a long time ago to make like some sort of soup or something. I don't know. I know it's pretty old, but it doesn't really behave right. It doesn't really mix into milk. It's kind of clumpy and doesn't taste very good. But I couldn't find, for a while, I couldn't find a date on the package to figure out like how old it is. And then I finally found it on the bottom. It was Best By some date in 2008. So today I drank a mixture that didn't really mix together really, of condensed milk from probably, I don't know, 2005. I don't know when it was purchased. I mean, the Best By date was 2008. Condensed milk lasts for a while. Best By 2008 in 2025. And no wonder it didn't taste good. I prefer just drinking straight water. But you know, I tried something. I then proceeded to put what was remaining back in the cabinet, because I don't waste food. I mean, it probably had some calories in it. Probably my body could put it to use somehow. So right now I'm eating peanut butter, but now I have something coming out of the oven that I could eat instead. Okay, I gotta pause and come back when I'm done with that eating business. Get me some water. Okay, I quickly open the tea I have and hand it to you. Well, I guess tea is like the closest thing to water you can get that's not water. Looks like it stopped. Are you okay?
薬が喉に引っかかっただけだから。やっぱり薬の踊り飲みなんてするもんじゃないわ。
Oh, it's just that the pills got stuck in my throat. They shouldn't really rush taking pills like that. Pills? Are you feeling sick, you?
ちょっとね。めまいと頭痛がしたから、風邪薬と、それと持病の薬を飲んだのよ。
A little. I felt dizzy and had a headache, so I took some cold medicine and my regular medicine, whatever the regular medication is.
北斗は大丈夫？頭痛とかめまいとか熱とかない？
How about you, Hokuto? Are you feeling weird at all? Well, sometimes I get headaches and dizziness too, but in my case it's because of my amnesia. Why do you ask?
私たちって閉じ込められてから極度の緊張状態とかストレスにさらされているじゃない？
Well, we've been under extreme stress and tension since we've been stuck here, right?
人はストレスにさらされると免疫力が落ちるの。だからちょっとしたことですぐに体調が悪くなるのよ。
When people are stressed, their immune system weakens, so even small things can make them feel unwell. Yeah, but it takes a while for that to eventually happen. That's part of like the last part of the process of stress. Yu says this as she puts the pill bottle back into the bag she always carries. Hey, do you always carry that bag with you because it has your regular medication in it?
それもあるかな。この薬って私の遺伝子を解析して作ったゲノム生薬だからね。
That's part of it. This medication is made from analyzing my genes, so it's personalized to my genome.
それにこの薬定期的に飲み続けないと効果がないんだ。
I need to take the medication regularly for it to be effective. What's it do? I see. What, if you're like a clone, you have to take medication to not die? I wonder what kind of illness she has. Is that like a new lore where clones have this weakness? What illness do you have, you? Okay, so this you, the Takeshi one Takeshi's talking to, she's going to have a terminal illness. It's a heart defect. You turns away, avoiding my gaze. Healthy people don't suddenly clench their chest in pain, you know. And besides, you said before that it's nothing new. By the way, like, I shouldn't take choking on pills. I guess everyone's anatomy is a little different, right? Like, I take 2 fish oil capsules a day, which I should just eat. It makes it much more effective if I just eat more fish, but fish is expensive. It's like you don't have to take fish oil if you just eat a bunch of fish. I mean, it doesn't do much extra. But, I just put both pills in my mouth and swallow them, and that's it, and go on with my day. I don't like bother like getting like water and whatever, just to take the pills. So when people like choke on pills, to me it's a little bit weird. Like it might feel a little uncomfortable, but like you don't like can't breathe because of fish oil pills, or multiple fish oil pills in one gulp. But anyway. Yeah, maybe my anatomy is tolerant of that. Like, maybe as a kid I practiced swallowing M&Ms. Like, why? Well, that way you get the calories without the tooth decay, you know? You swallow it like a pill. You said before that it's nothing new. What did you mean by that?
へえ、心配してくれるんだ。
What are you worried about me? Are you worried about me? You gives me a mischievous look. Of course, is it wrong to worry about a companion?
仲間ね。
Companion, huh? You closes her eyes for a moment.
ねえ、クラナリ。私がレミューに来た本当の理由、覚えてる？
Hey, Takeshi, do you remember the real reason I came to Lemu? You abruptly changes the subject. I don't get why, but I decided to answer her anyway. Yeah, I do. You were hired to work part-time during Golden Week. But that was just an excuse. You were actually searching for your father, who went missing 17 years ago, right? I recall the story you told me before.
ある日突然、いなくなっちゃったんだ。
You suddenly disappeared one
行方
day.
不明に。
You went missing.
私が1歳の時、つまり、今から17年前のことだけどね。
When I was a year old, it happened 17 years ago. So you don't have any memories of him.
そうね。
Correct.
写真とかムービーとかでしか知らないのかな。
Yeah, just like Sone means that's right in Japanese. It doesn't mean, like, it's just confirming whatever Takeshi's saying, not, you know, regardless of, like, using what he... It's not, in other words, they didn't translate it literally. And as I've said before in previous videos and stuff, I'm someone who prefers more literal translations. So, when I see that, it kind of annoys me a little bit. I've only seen him in pictures or movies.
さすがに1歳じゃ覚えていないし。
I mean, I don't remember anything from when I was 1 year old.
今さっき話したお父さんのことは、全部お母さんから聞いた話だし。
The things I'd heard about my father were all stories my mother told me. Mother might be a better translation of that than mom, generally. Because Okasan. But why did he go missing?
まあ、それがわかれば、こんなところまで来たりしないっしょ。
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have come here, right?
消えたお父さんの手がかりが、何か見つかるかもしれないって、そう思ってきたんだけど。
I thought maybe I could find some clues about my father.
そう。お父さんはただ、行方不明になっただけ。遺体が見つかったわけじゃない。
That's right, my father just went missing. There's no evidence that he's dead.
それで、どうしても確かめたかったの。
So I just went to confirm.
お父さんが、生きてるのか。それとも、もう、死んじゃったのか。
If my father, my Otosan, is alive or if he's already dead. It's kind of interesting. Because that actually seems to suggest a high level of, like, knowledge of, like, human... Not linguistics, but, like, how humans use language. To do it like that, or you change it to dad. Because, yeah, if you were to talk to a native English speaker, right, they're talking about their father, they would likely switch from... They might, like, when they first bring up the person of their father, refer to him as father. But then, like, as the conversation drags on, they might switch down to dad. And that's not because they're like their opinion of their father degrades or whatever. It's because it's just fewer syllables. And it's like I've already used the word father. I've already shown my respect. So I don't need to anymore. I can just use fewer syllables and be shorter with this and get through my sentences, right? So I'll switch down to dad midway through. So an English speaker would actually do that. Like they would say, my father just went missing. There's no evidence that he's dead. So I just want to confirm if my dad. But that's something an English speaker would do. But the Japanese speaker that this is translating from didn't do that. They still use like a formal name. She's still using Otosan, so it's kind of not a very literal translation.
生きてるんならもちろん一目でもいいから会いたいし。
If he is alive, I really would like to meet him just once.
死んじゃってるんなら死んじゃってるんで、しっかりとした証拠っていうか、確証っていうか、そういうのが欲しかったの。
And if he's dead, then I need solid proof, something definitive.
じゃないと諦めきれないから。
Otherwise, I can't let go.
できないから。
I can't be satisfied. I'm wondering if there's like spoon hitting plastic jar noises being picked up by the microphone. That would be kind of annoying. Well, not as annoying as pin clicking. You remember the pin clicking? That was terrible. It's like I couldn't even watch my own video. Okay. As she looks at me with sincere eyes, I struggle to find the right words to say. Suddenly, I recall the story of Yao Binkui. You seem to believe that Yao Binkuni is a real person and he's still alive. They say that Yao Binkuni was never confirmed dead, only that the sound of her bell ceased. That might have been Yu's wishful thinking. She might have been projecting her feelings about her father onto Yao Binkuni.
さっきまで実はそれを調べてたんだけど。
I was actually looking into that just a while ago. And, did you learn anything?
何も。
Nothing.
パスワードがわからなくて、お手上げ状態ね。
I can't figure out the password, I'm at a dead end. I see. Yu bites her lip and looks down. It's okay. I'm sure you'll see him again. At the end of the story, the prince and a white horse always appears. And they all live happily ever after.
そうだったわね。ありがとう。
That's right, thank you.
でもね、私の場合、もう会えないと思う。
But I don't think I'll be able to see him again. Huh? I raise my head in surprise.
私には時間がないから。
Because I don't have much time. Yu is trying to force a smile. Yu squints her eyes, looking into the distance. Wait, Yu. Don't give up. We're escaping from here tomorrow, aren't we?
それとは別のお話。
This is a different story.
決してめでたしめでたしで終わらないお話。
A story that won't have a happy ending.
私のタイムリミットはもうとっくに過ぎちゃってるんだ。
My time limit has long since passed.
だからどうしても
That's why, no matter what.
その時が来るまでにどうしても知りたかったの。
Before that time comes, I just had to know.
真実を。
The truth.
お父さんの生死を。
Whether my father is alive or dead. Yu doesn't have much time. She'll never see him again. A story that won't have a happy ending. This is usual stuff. Suddenly thoughts about Yu's chronic illness pop into my head. The image of you clutching your chest in pain. No way. That's something I shouldn't think about. I close my eyes, take a brief breath, and try to shake off the thoughts. But I can't help but confirm it. Hey, you. What do you mean by that?
言えない。
I can't say. Why not?
今言ったらきっと話さなくてもいいことまで話しちゃうような気がするから。
If I say it now, I feel like I'll end up saying things I shouldn't. Oh, believe me, you will say them. But...
クラナリは
Kuronari. You interrupt
クラナ
me.
リは罪を犯したことあ
And
る。
she's saying them. Kuronari. Have you ever committed a sin? Which, again, is a weird thing to ask, like, someone like me. Maybe to a Japanese person, this question makes sense because they like think of sins as like specific, like really overt evil things to do. They don't really understand what sin means to say like a Christian. But to someone like me, the question is absurd. It's like, yes, I just did. Right? It's like, I'm probably committing a sin by just playing this video game. Which raises the question, well, why are you still playing the video game? It was a good question. But, because the way like we think all the time, it's like very clear and evident that we're basically constantly sinning. So it's kind of a stupid question. But again, what they're doing here, did you commit some like super heinous, specific, super heinous thing? You know, a sin?
そう、
Yes.
神に背くような大罪。
A grave sin, like in defiance of God. As if it's like special when it's to be in defiance of God, right? It's like it's somehow not commonplace to be in defiance of God.
ただし、神を信じてるとか信じてないとか、そういうことは関係なくて。
But whether you believe in God or not doesn't matter. Note that she actually didn't say Kami-sama, she just said Kami. So, I wonder how appropriate it would be to translate this as like instead of big God to be like a God. So, instead of in God, it would be in a God with lowercase g.
ただ、倫理的に、道徳的に、取り返しのつかない過ちを犯したことがあるかどうか、それを聞いてるの。
I'm asking if you've ever committed an irredeemable moral and ethical sin. Well, I can't say anything. If it were minor mistakes, I made many and could talk about them. Now, those are sins. But a grave sin in defiance of God. Minor mistakes are also in defiance of God. Just saying. But whatever. If I had committed such a sin, I realized it wouldn't be something I could easily talk about. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked such a strange question.
謝らなくてもいいわ。私を心配してくれたんでしょ。
You don't have to apologize. You were worried about me, right?
ありがとうね。
Thank you. You smile sadly once. Then she continues.
私は神に背くような大罪を犯したの。
I've committed a sin in defiance of God. Well, this is like just Kami without the sama as well, but okay.
これは私にとっての原罪みたいなもの。
This is like my original sin. Actually, if you say something like this, that means you don't necessarily understand what original sin is. You can't really have a personal original sin. In that sense. Your sin is original sin. All of it is original sin. But it's not like this is my original sin. You're gonna say, oh, well, do that mean that mean that you are interpreting Genesis 3 metaphorically? The answer is no. I interpret it literally, but the thing I interpret it like we are all atom. We are all in. There's a lot of like weird words to try to make the notion like in English, like we are all in atom, we are all of atom. Atom represents us all. That's all still true, even though I interpret it literally. You could just say we are atom. Hopefully those things kind of like get the idea across, where it's like the original sin is like all our sins. It's what it was both Adam eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but it's like mankind as a thing and as a whole eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So like all of our sin is kind of like part of the original sin. Like we're doing the original sin as we sin, if that makes any sense. Did I crash the game? Maybe. Yes, I did. Okay. Cool. Don't know how I did that, but I did that. I mean, this allows me to skip the things. Okay. Now, does it let me skip? No. So we're gonna make it skip.
それもあるかな。この薬。へえ。仲間。ねえ。ゆき。そう。お父さんはただ行方不明になっただけ。それで生きてるんなら。さっきまでパスワードが。私のタイムリミット。真実。言えない。蔵なりはそうか。ただし、ただ。
Come on.
謝らなくてもありがとうね。
I know you don't have to answer the question yes or no, though. They removed the choice.
私は神にこれは私にとっての現在みたいなもの。
In the original game, that choice is like the last choice in a like the only choice in a very long string of no choices. I think it was always the end of the Coco route in the original game, so if you delete that choice, it just makes like a massive choice drop. But they did add a choice, I think, earlier, but they added it earlier, which made the choice drought longer.
絶対に逃れることはできないし、逃れようとも思わない。
I can never escape from it, nor do I want to.
私は死ぬまで。
Until I die.
そう。死ぬまでこの罪を背負いながら、引きずりながら、生きていかなければならないの。
I have to live with this sin, dragging it along with me until I die.
でもね。
But you know,
ひどいやつだと思われるかもしれないけど、そのことを後悔はしてないんだ。
you might think I'm a terrible person, but I don't regret it.
むしろ良かったと思ってる。
In fact, I'm glad I did it.
だって、罪を犯したのは私だけなんだから。
Because I was the only one who committed the sin.
だから、罰を受けなきゃいけないのも私だけで。
Which means I am the only one who has to bear the punishment.
彼女には何の罪もないんだもん。
That girl didn't do anything wrong.
だけど、そんな彼女に私は悲しい定めを負わせてしまった。
But I burdened her with a sad fate.
そうなることは分かっていたのに。
Even though I knew it would happen. So I wonder if they changed it in the they changed things in the remake, because the young Yu has to take medication, right? That's like tailored to her genome in this. And Yu said that she is bringing about a sad fate for that girl. In the original game, Yu's apparent like heart defect somehow was like random, and it would be like just as frequent in anybody with any like genes. It's not linked to her genome. I mean, it's kind of like somehow it's like not deterministic, right? Just like something kind of glitched in the formation of her heart that wasn't like part of the program. So if you made a clone of her, the probability it would repeat would be extremely low, and it didn't repeat. This one, they're claiming that it will repeat, which is a little different. Her? I wonder if she's talking, who she's talking about.
私自身のこと。
I am talking about myself.
もう一人の私。
My other self. Your other self? Yu's eyes are fixed on me. Her face is devoid of any expression. Interesting, like the background music right now appears to be the opening menu music. It's been stripped of all emotions, a hollow visage. That empty face draws closer to mine. You stands right in front of me looking like a ghost. You?
彼女
She?
彼女ね
The girl
私の
is
妹なんだ
my little sister. Your little sister? My mind goes blank. Yeah, but like you gave birth to her, not your mom. I can only parrot use my words unless they changed it.
そう
Yes.
だけど彼女は私自身でもあるの
But she is also me.
彼女と私は
She and I.
双子だから
We are twins.
彼女は私の
The girl is mine.
双子の妹だから
Twin sister. This would be little sister specifically. It is sister, it's not daughter. They did translate it correctly.
二卵性のソーセージ
Fraternal twins? I hear Yu's bewildered voice in my ear. Exiting the hot spring, I run into Yu going in, and we talk in the corridor. The topic shifts to me and Sarah. Why are you so surprised? Didn't I mention it before?
マヨと北斗が双子の兄弟だっていうのは聞いてたよ
I knew you and Mayo were twins. Well, how other twins could they be besides fraternal twins if the one's a boy and one's a girl?
でも一卵性とか二卵性とかそういうのはまだ
But I didn't know if you were identical or fraternal. Is this supposed to be some sort of like joke, like I'm supposed to laugh at it? Funny? I see, but ha 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 ha. Okay, I can't help but laugh. Well, I had to force it and I didn't force it very well. I can't do it. You tilts her head. But it's obviously a fraternal twins. I mean, I'm a boy and Sarah's a girl.
どうして当たり前なの
Why does that make it obvious? Identical twins come from a single egg fertilized by a single sperm, which then splits into two. Since they originate from the same cell, they share the same genetic material, meaning they have the same sex and often look alike. So with identical twins, it's always boy and boy or girl and girl. But fraternal twins come from two separate eggs fertilized by two separate sperm. Since they start as different entities, their genetic makeup differs and they don't have the same sex. They might not even look at that much alike. In other words, fraternal twins can be as different as any other siblings born years apart. That's why rather than calling them twins, it's easier to think of them as siblings who were in the womb at the same time and were born at the same time.
なるほどね
I get it.
ってことは男の子と女の子の双子だったっていう時点ですでに二卵性であることは確実なわけだ
So if they are twins who are a boy and a girl, it means they're definitely fraternal twins. Exactly. I see.
でそんなこと誰に聞いたわけ
By the way, where'd you hear that from? Huh?
得意そうに説明してたけどろくに記憶が戻ってない北斗がそんなことを知ってるってのはおかしいんじゃない
You explained it with such confidence, yet strange that you, who has fully regained your memory, to know such a thing. Well, apparently he had all the common, knowledge, he just didn't have any knowledge about himself. Right? Which is the whole Blinkwinkle thing, where you get possessed by Blinkwinkle. You don't lose knowledge about anything but yourself. And actually, I heard it from Sora.
やっぱりね
I knew it.
あれだけどどうしてそんな話になったんだっけ
But wait, why'd you start talking about that again? Did you forget?
あれIt's
like, just, It started when you said this, you. You two are twins. But you aren't as knowledgeable about computers as Mayo. Even if you have lost some of your memories, it seems you don't have that kind of aptitude. Why is that? Then I answered you, because we're fraternal twins.
ああそうだったわね
Alright, that's how it went, because we need to backtrack to explain it to... We had to explain it to the reader, which suggests to go like, why did we start in the middle of the conversation in the first place if we'd have to make it more awkward by having to have this conversation return to the start for the reader? Do you get it now?
何が
Get what? The reason I'm not as good with computers as Sarah?
ああそれねこういうことでしょ
Oh, this is what it means, right?
マヨと北斗には年の離れた兄弟と同じような差異があるわけだから
Okay, I have to go somewhere, bye.